I hate change. I can't change. How many of us have ever said that? Yeah, right here. But what if I told you that you actually handle change better than you think? And what if there were ways to help you handle the change around you? Today is all about not our pocket change, but changes in and around us. My name is Brad. Welcome to the Daily Bread. Young Pueblo wrote this. He says, "There's not a single moment when change is not present." And he's absolutely right. There isn't a single moment in our life and in the world around us that is not changing, right? Our world, our universe, the motion of the world is constantly in motion, and it is constantly moving and changing around us. All right? The evident world around us is changing. And whether we realize it or not, we are actually adapting to change, and sometimes we don't even realize we're adapting to change. For instance, how many of you have a cell phone? Right. I remember the days where I could only go as far as the phone cord would allow me to. And here we are, and we have cell phones. We can call anyone, anytime, anywhere at the drop of a hat, right? And we have adapted to that change. And I get it. Change can be very disruptive in our lives, and change can actually cause a lot of anxiety to happen within us, right? I want to go on to what young Pueblo continued to write about that. If we examine nature, he says, it's clear that everything is in a constant state of dynamic change. Trees are a great example. In cycles, they alternate from experiences of growth to experiences of releasing, all the while alive, all the while growing. You see, change is a sign of growth, and how we handle that change is also a sign of growth. If we're refusing to grow, we are moving against the flow of nature. The flow of change is so powerful that actually resisting it, okay, can only cause difficulty, and it can only cause anxiety in our life. As a matter of fact, anxiety comes when we resist the natural change that's coming around us, right? That change is so powerful that when we begin to resist it, that's when the anxiety comes out, right? And yeah, sometimes growth hurts. Sometimes it's not comfortable. But it's the type of pain that's easier to endure because it is helping us come forward to a better version of ourselves. When I was going through my mental health crisis, I had to change some things in me. I had to change some ways that I was living my life. And while they were difficult, while it hurt, while it wasn't comfortable because it wasn't routine for me, it still was making me better by going through it because I was also growing as a person in the process. Right? Change is just a part of the circle of life. Right? At work right now, I have a lot of change happening. I have a lot of staff, people who are retiring, and it's causing a lot of change within our organization. And it's difficult to see the people that you've worked with, that you've grown close to, leave and go on to different things, and new people coming into their spots. It's hard, it's difficult, but it's part of the growth of our organization. And I have to remind people that as they leave, we get new people in. And as we get new people in, we get new ideas, we get new thoughts, we get new processes, right? We get different ways of looking at things, and that can help us grow as an organization. You know, growth is not easy, right? What happens, how do we get bigger muscles? Let's just say that. How do we get bigger muscles? Do you realize that when you work out those muscles, when you're doing the bench presses and when you're doing the sit-ups and when you're doing the leg presses, you're actually creating little tears. You're actually taking little rips in your muscle tissue to allow that muscle to continue to grow and grow. And then you feed it, right? You feed it the right things, and then those muscles are able to grow. Constricted muscles can't grow, right? But it's painful, especially when the next morning when we can't wake up. Change is inevitable. It happens. It's not easy. But if we can be aware of our emotions and say, yeah, things are changing and I don't like it, I think we can approach change in a different way. We can realize that things are constantly changing around us and we're adapting to it regardless of whether we realize it or not. I think we can handle change a lot easier. Change can make a better version of ourselves. Well, that is all for today. Remember, these Daily Bread videos are also an audio podcast. All right. And you can find the audio podcast both in the Apple Podcast and in Spotify in their podcast section. Go over there, subscribe, and when you do, if you could leave us a review, that would be great. I would greatly appreciate that. Reviews and ratings help people find the Daily Bread easier. All right. Well, take care, everyone. This is to a good Wellness Wednesday for you all. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.